I had a vision for this front, but getting it out of my head and into real wood, that's the real story. I've never built this before, and I'm not totally sure it'll work, but if it does, it'll be the best part of the whole build. Today, I'm building the timber frame front, the part that's supposed to make the whole thing just over the top. I decided to start by sketching everything out so I could see what it would look like in real life. It's a good baby, huh? Yeah. These are all the pieces that I have cut so far. And I got to this point, I kind of got everything laid out, and then I just got scared. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but I had to track down why. What's stopping me from going back out to my shop? What's stopping me from making those next steps? And when I thought about it, I realized that there's some things that are going on there, and I just kind of want to like say them. I have this belief that you can't fix a problem unless you actually name it. So that's what I want to do here really quick before I get back into the build and kind of unpack all of the emotions that I've been feeling lately. When I was little, I didn't get like a lot of chances to try things. It was kind of more like a situation where here's one thing, you get it and you can try it, but it's your only chance. So don't mess up, which paralyzes you, especially as a young kid. It just makes you feel frozen. I was talking with this girl that I grew up with, and when she called me, she was so upset. She had an art set that she had gotten when she was a little girl. And this art set was like, you see them all the time, like around Christmas and stuff. They've got like the markers, the color pencils, like all the things. And she was so excited about it. And she loved drawing and loved art. But she got told the same thing, like, this is your one and only, so don't mess it up. It paralyzed her to the point where she wanted to use it so badly, but she never let herself. And when she grew up, she had still held on to this, and it was in almost perfect condition. And she let a little kid use it, and that little kid just used it and mixed the paint, all the things, all the markers were dried out by the time the kid was done. And she called me just so upset. And looking back, like, I feel like, yeah, she was probably a little upset that the art set got ruined, but I think that the bigger reason that she was so upset is that she never let herself try. And when you grow up like that, it's a really hard thing to just overcome. But I recognize that But every once in a while, I get into a situation where that's how I feel. I feel stuck again. Now, I've tried not to pass that to my kids, and I've done a pretty good job. I have another friend who was over at my house one year for Christmas, and she watched my little girl open up this new journal and immediately went and got all of her markers and things to color and write in it. She just started. And this friend, she said she sat and watched my daughter and she just thought, oh, I wish I could be that brave. I wish I could just go for things like that. And I guess that this is like my moment. Like, it's not going to be perfect. I know that. Maybe it's not even going to be my best work, but if I don't try, then how can I really teach my kids to be really, truly brave? And how can I reteach myself to be brave if I don't just go for it? So scared to death and do it anyway. So we tell my kids all the time. And now I guess I'm telling myself that. Scared I'm going to mess up. Scared I'm going to cut something wrong. But you know what? If I do, I'll start over. I'll do it over and over until I get it right. And I have this beautiful vision in my head and I'm going to go for it. So I'm scared, but I'm going to go ahead and go for it anyway. When I envisioned this in my head, I imagined these beautiful curved arches that went in between all of the pieces. And that's what I'm doing here, is just cutting those all down. And I think it just gives it a very elevated look, which is exactly what I'm going for. You know, sometimes in life you don't really know the next steps. And this project was a very big reminder of that. And sometimes it's not a matter of knowing all the next steps. It's just a matter of taking that one next step. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I learned throughout this whole build. Is that it's okay that you don't know everything. You just keep going and take it one step at a time. This isn't finished yet, but we're getting there. And honestly, that's kind of the point. This whole project hasn't been just about building a farm stand. It's about building a life that you're excited to wake up to. Next time, I'm going to be doing the roof, the siding, and all the finishes. If you want to see that, I'll see you there. I'm Catherine, and this is KJ Woodworking.
One more.